Okay, I'm gonna make this video for anyone that's looking for like a cupsole equivalent or a cupsole version of the half cab. If you're looking for like something for a half cab that's like a cupsole, or you're trying to move away from Volk like I did, where you're looking for a slim kind of cupsole, I've done quite a bit of research. I've skated a bunch of Volks. I primarily skated half cabs for years, but after getting quite a bit of not heel bruises, but just overall foot bruising, like the ball of my foot, the arch in my foot, my heel, and messing up a bunch of my like toes and stuff, just messing up my whole foot. I found cup soles to be a lot better and last longer, depending on the shoe and quality control. But I've done a little bit of research, and what I've found to be kind of two equivalents to like a half cab, minus the Zaba. The Van Zaba mid is kind of like a half cab, like a cupsole half cab, but it has a foam midsole. So you are kind of missing out on a little bit of board feel, but I've kind of found two shoes. Like if you're an older skater and you just want to skate a thin cupsole, or if you're a younger guy, I found two shoes in my research. The first one is kind of the half cab, or the half cab equivalent, which is like the Converse Cons Fast Break Pro. This is the all-timers one. Rest in peace. I'm gonna measure the insole. The insole is not as thick as the half cab, and that's kind of what got me away from the half cab, is this insole kind of like, with how they changed the from the pros to the skateboarding half cabs, they changed the rubber slightly to have a little bit deeper, which means the rubber is slightly, the sole, not the foxing, but the sole itself is a little bit thicker. So, and then the insole itself, kind of, from what other people have said, is kind of too thick, or you just have zero to little board feel. And that's weird for a vulcanized shoe. And I'm gonna measure the insole for these. It's gonna be not really scientific at all. I'm using this. So it's about an average is about like, I would say around the heel. These are unskated, obviously. These are around like 3/4 of an inch. These in the heel, it's around 3/4 of an inch, and then like maybe an eighth in the thinnest, or not an eighth. Yeah, about an eighth in the thinnest part. That's not scientific, and I'm not saying this is law. It's just in the heel, it's good, but it just kind of feels like you're moving through sand. Whereas in these are the Converse Cons Fast Break Pros insoles. And compared to the next shoe that I'm gonna kind of like use as another half cab, sort of like a cupsole variant, this is pretty thick and it's squishy, whereas this one kind of feels hard and you have to break it in. This one is squishy. I don't know what this is for like foam or whatnot, or like, I don't know what this is, but the heel itself is about a little bit over 1/4 of an inch. And then it's a little bit thicker in the thinnest part. It's about, I think an eighth. It's an eighth around the thinnest part. Again, but it's not scientific, but it's just kind of like, the soles are kind of similar, but not. I found the Converse Cons the Fast Break insoles to be way better. Just for board feel, again, the sole is thin on these, so you get a bunch of board feel, and it feels more I don't know how to put this. You have to break these in to get that sort of wrap around your ankle to be the way you want it. Whereas I don't have to worry about, what's the word? I don't have to worry about breaking these in to get them to wrap around my ankle or to just kind of morph to my foot. They are pretty much good out of the box, pretty much. You might have to break it in a little bit by microwaving it if you do that, or just walking around. But other than that, it's a super thin cupsole, and I think this is like a better version of the half cab, or a good cupsole substitute for the half cab. If you like half cabs, then all good. I liked half cabs, but I've since moved on to cupsoles. The second one that I found to be really, really good, a good thin cupsole, is the grasshopper. This is my goofy foot. This is my switch foot. I did like nothing. But these lasted, I was gonna do a review on these, but I couldn't really like say too much other than the pebbled leather is incredible on these, and these are super durable. This part, they look like a boot, but they're super thin, and this is the insole. The insole is absolutely nothing. It's super thin, super duper thin. It's roughly about this thickness throughout the entirety of the insole. And I got these at, I got these at FA. I didn't get these from Zoomies, but yeah, these, the rubber lasted, the foxing lasted quite a bit of time on the outside, and the leather felt really good. The leather felt amazing, and the sort of board feel felt better to me than a half cab. So like my first and second are also, I would say these are my first favorite compared to for like a cupsole, because I can leave them loose, and then once I skate, I just put the strap on. I just strap that, and I don't have to retie my shoe. I never had to retie my shoes. I never really had to do anything. I did break laces, but aside from that, these lasted a really long time. The only thing is, like, I just blew through, like, these got super bald, probably from all the tray flips and dumb, like, kickflip variation tricks I was doing. The only problem is, like, these broke immediately from ollieing and kickflipping, but this protected from all heel flips, varial heels, and frontside and backside heel flip tricks. I'm gonna try and get the new version of these where they have a hole at the top now, and they kind of have a perforated toe box. And the vamp looks a little bit different too. But overall, I want to try these again because these were my favorite. I skated these a ton. These were my favorite. And then once I started having feet problems from these, I had to stop and just use these as chillers, and these are my favorite chillers. Aside from these were my favorite chillers, and then I got the Black Cats. Those are good. But regarding like half cab, if you're looking for like a cupsole variant, I would go with any of the fast breaks or the grasshoppers. The grasshoppers are expensive compared to the fast breaks. The fast breaks, you can get a lot of them on sale from a bunch of different like shop websites. Grasshoppers are around 110, I believe, or they could be 120 now. I don't remember, but you are supporting iPath, and I just think it's cool that iPath is back. Yeah, this is like a good, these two are like the best half cab or cupsole equivalent of a half cab. The insole is not great. If you want to, if you ride different insoles, I would swap out the insoles on the iPaths. You could do that on the fast brakes, but I like the stock insoles on the fast brakes. The fast brakes are, that's what I'm skating right now, and it feels great. But if you're happy with Volk or the half cabs, stick with it, man. See you in the next one.